doing such nice favors for each other. The beauty of everyday kindness. In a world that often seems fast paced and self centered, the simple act of doing nice favors for one another stands out like a ray of sunshine breaking through a cloudy sky. These acts, small or large, spontaneous or planned, can leave lasting impressions, build stronger bonds, and create a culture of compassion and community. Doing favors isn't about keeping score or expecting something in return. It's about being kind, helpful, and generous just because we care. What is a favor? A favor is a kind act done for someone without expecting payment or reward. It could be offering a ride to a friend whose car broke down, helping a neighbor carry groceries, watching a colleague's kids for a few hours, or simply listening when someone needs to talk. Favors can also be intangible, like offering emotional support, giving helpful advice, or defending someone when they are unfairly treated. Doing nice favors for each other is one of the most basic and beautiful ways humans connect. It expresses empathy, love, and understanding, whether among friends, family, coworkers, or even strangers. These acts build trust and goodwill. Why are favors so meaningful? Nice favors, even the smallest ones, can brighten someone's day and make them feel cared for. When people are kind to each other, it promotes happiness, reduces stress, and fosters a stronger sense of belonging. Imagine coming home after a long day and finding that your roommate has cooked dinner for you, or learning that a colleague stepped in to cover your task when you were overwhelmed. Such gestures show that someone sees your struggles and wants to ease your burden. In relationships, favors are especially important. They are not always grand romantic gestures. Often, it's the everyday kindness, making someone tea, giving them a break, offering encouragement that makes people feel valued. In return, these actions are remembered and appreciated long after the moment has passed. The chain reaction of kindness. What's beautiful about favors is that they often inspire more favors. When someone does something kind for us, we are more likely to pay it forward. For example, if a stranger helps you pick up spilled groceries, you might find yourself more willing to lend a hand to someone else in need. This chain reaction of kindness can create a ripple effect. One favor can lead to another, forming a community where people look out for each other. Neighborhoods become more friendly, workplaces become more collaborative, and homes become more nurturing. Real-life examples. Let's look at some real-life situations where people do nice favors for each other. At school, a student notices another struggling with math and offers to help during lunch breaks. That simple offer of help not only improves the classmate's grades, but also sparks a friendship. At work, an employee who has finished their tasks for the day offers to help a coworker meet a tight deadline. This generosity reduces stress and creates a stronger team spirit. In the family, a son notices that his mother's tired, so he does the dishes without being asked. She smiles, feeling loved and supported. Among strangers, a person in a coffee shop pays for the order of the person behind them. That stranger feels surprised and grateful, maybe deciding to do the same for someone else later. These simple moments are easy to overlook, but they carry great emotional weight. Doing favors without expecting anything in return. One of the purest aspects of a favor is doing it without expecting something in return. It's true generosity, helping because you want to, not because you'll get a reward. This kind of giving is what makes the world a better place. Sometimes, people worry that their favors will go unnoticed or unappreciated. But even if the person on the receiving end forgets to say thank you, the goodness of the act remains. Often, that kindness will come back to you in unexpected ways. As the saying goes, what goes around comes around. When you show kindness, the world has a way of returning it to you, maybe not immediately, but always eventually. Teaching children the value of favors. One of the best ways to create a better future is to teach children the importance of doing favors. Kids learn by watching adults, so when they see parents and teachers being kind, helpful, and supportive, they are more likely to adopt those behaviors themselves. Encouraging children to share, to help each other in class, to comfort a sad friend, or to do chores at home without complaining helps build their character. It teaches them empathy, cooperation, and gratitude, qualities that make them not only better people, but also more joyful and fulfilled. How to start doing more favors. If you want to make a difference in your world, start with simple favors. Here are a few ideas. Offer to help a friend or coworker even when you're not asked. Send a thoughtful message to someone going through a tough time. Cook a meal or bring coffee for a loved one. Help a neighbor carry heavy bags or mow their lawn. Volunteer for a local cause that needs support. Give someone a compliment. It costs nothing and can lift their whole day. Most importantly, make it a habit to notice when someone around you needs help, even if they don't say it. Often the best favors are the ones given quietly and thoughtfully. A world built on kindness. Imagine a world where everyone did just one nice favor for someone every day. How much lighter would our lives be? How many burdens could we lift together? How many broken spirits could be healed? How many lonely hearts warmed? Doing nice favors for each other creates a sense of connection and unity. It's not about changing the whole world at once. It's about changing one moment for one person. And in doing so, you might just change your own life too. The beauty of favors lies in their simplicity. No matter how rich or poor, young or old, we all have the ability to be kind. A small act of kindness may take only seconds to do, but its effect can last a lifetime. So let's continue to do nice favors for each other. Let's hold the door open, listen more, give without counting, and be generous with our time and hearts. The world needs more kindness, and it begins with us, one favor at a time. The power of doing nice favors for each other. In every corner of the world, kindness is a language that everyone understands. Whether spoken or unspoken, a nice favor speaks volumes about compassion, empathy, and humanity. In part 1, we explored how everyday favors create warmth and connection. Now, let's look even deeper at the emotional power of kindness, the role of favors across cultures, how to deal with challenges in giving, and the long-term effects of living a life centered around doing good for others. The emotional impact of receiving a favor. Have you ever had someone do something kind for you just when you needed it most? Maybe you were having a rough day and a friend offered encouraging words. Or maybe you were sick and a neighbor brought over soup. These moments go beyond practical help. They touch the heart. Receiving a favor can restore your faith in people, make you feel seen and valued. Lighten emotional burdens. Build a sense of safety and trust. People often remember acts of kindness far more than the details of conversations or events. A thoughtful gesture becomes a precious memory, something to hold onto during difficult times. When someone shows up for you, especially without being asked, it can leave a deep emotional mark. This is why favors are not just about doing something nice. They're about connection, healing, and love. Doing favors even when it's hard. It's easy to be kind when life is going smoothly. But what about when you're tired, busy, or stressed? That's when doing a nice favor becomes truly meaningful. Sometimes we hesitate to offer help because we're afraid of being taken advantage of. We feel we don't have enough time or energy. We're not sure if the favor will be appreciated. These concerns are valid. But even in difficult times, doing favors can still benefit both the giver and the receiver. In fact, helping others often helps us too. Studies show that acts of kindness release feel-good chemicals in the brain, like dopamine and oxytocin. That's why people often say, it felt good to help. So even if you're not in the perfect position to help, Giving just a little, your time, your smile, your encouragement, can go a long way. Favors in different cultures. Every culture around the world has traditions of kindness, hospitality, and generosity. In many communities, helping each other is not just polite, it's expected. In Japan, the idea of omotenashi refers to thoughtful hospitality, where people anticipate the needs of others even before they are asked. In many African cultures, the philosophy of Ubuntu, I am because we are, encourages community support and shared responsibility. In Latin American countries, there's a strong culture of neighborliness. Families often help each other with chores, food, or childcare. In Middle Eastern traditions, offering help or hosting a guest is seen as a sacred duty. These examples show that doing nice favors is deeply woven into human life. No matter where you are, kindness is a shared value. Teaching through example. If we want a world filled with more kindness, we must teach it, mostly by living it. Parents, teachers, and community leaders play a big role in shaping how young people view the idea of doing favors. It's not enough to talk about being nice. We must show it in action. When children grow up watching adults help each other, they learn that being kind is a natural part of life. Simple ways to teach through example. Invite kids to join you in doing kind things. Praise acts of generosity and helpfulness. Share stories of people helping others. Show appreciation when someone helps you. Children who grow up surrounded by kindness often carry those values into adulthood, spreading them even further. The long-term effects of being helpful. Doing nice favors doesn't just make people feel good in the moment. It can shape their entire lives. When you help someone, you may inspire them to help others. You may build a lasting relationship. You may change the direction of someone's day, week, or even future. Think of the teacher who stayed after class to tutor a struggling student. That small favor might lead to better grades, which leads to college, which leads to a new life. Or the friend who helped another through heartbreak. Maybe that emotional support was the reason they kept going. The impact of favors is like planting seeds. You don't always see the tree that grows from your act of kindness, but it grows all the same. Receiving with grace. While much has been said about giving, there's also beauty in receiving a favor with gratitude. Some people find it hard to accept help. They don't want to feel weak, or they worry about being a burden. But being open to kindness allows others the chance to give, and that too is a gift. Saying thank you, showing appreciation, and remembering the favor are all ways to honor the giver. And when the time comes, you can return the kindness, not always to the same person, but to someone else in need. Graciously receiving a favor completes the cycle of kindness and keeps it flowing, building communities through kindness. One of the most powerful effects of people doing nice favors for each other is the strength it brings to communities. In places where people routinely help one another, life feels safer and warmer. Trust grows, relationships deepen, and people feel they're not alone. This doesn't require money or grand efforts. Even simple things like helping clean a shared space, offering rides to those without cars, or checking in on elderly neighbors can transform a neighborhood. In times of crisis, like natural disasters or emergencies, communities that already have a culture of favors and mutual support recover faster and with more unity, living a life of favor. Imagine waking up every day and asking, "Who can I help today?" That mindset doesn't require you to be a superhero. It just means being aware, being kind, and being willing. Living a life of favor includes making kindness part of your routine, saying yes to opportunities to help, being generous not just with things, but with time, energy, and care, trusting that every good act makes a difference. It's a lifestyle, a way of being. Over time, you become known not just for what you do, but for who you are. A kind, helpful person who lifts others up. Conclusion: one favor at a time. We often underestimate the power of a single nice favor. Yet, history, science, and experience all show that kindness, 2% 180% nair, especially when done without expecting anything in return, 82% 8% on 94 creates waves of positivity. In giving, and we become more human. In receiving, and we become more connected. And in doing nice favors for each other, we build a better world. Percent 82%, 80%, 941 act at a time. So today, hold the door, smile. Help someone carry their load. Be there when someone needs you. These may seem like small things, but they are not. They are powerful. They matter. And they remind us that love and kindness are always within reach.